Hi, welcome to AmateurLogic.TV, episode 30. I'm George.
I'm Tommy.
And we're here at the 2011 Capital City Hamfest in Jackson, Mississippi. Jim was here a little earlier, but he couldn't stick around to shoot this episode with us.
Yeah, so we're just going to have to fill in for him.
Yep. Been a good Hamfest this year. As you can see, there's still some crowd behind us here. It's a little thinner than it was earlier. It's about, what, noon?
Yeah, we've gone to get lunch and it's getting kind of late in the day.
Yeah. So we've had a pretty good run of it here. I picked up a few things at the Hamfest this year. I got some Coax, which I needed, some heat shrink tubing, and I picked up a little Ocean dual band handy talkies.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing Peter got, just a different brand, right?
Yeah, it looks very similar to it. It wasn't but $130, and that included, the rig, power supply, battery, speaker mic, and the computer programming cable.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure out how to program it. We stayed on an hour or so and managed to get a couple of frequencies in it, but
you have to do Google Translate to do the menus?
No, not quite. It had an English setting on it, so I just set it to English because I knew that's what I'd be speaking.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's handy.
What'd you get?
Man, I got a antenna mount connector to build a new mount for my HF antenna for my truck, and I got a little set of small screwdrivers with some tiny Torx bits in them because I need a T7 to replace the drive in my Mac laptop. Well, that's it so far.
Good deal. You let that TS2000 slip away from you, didn't
I figured you were going to bring that up. Yeah, there was one over there. The guy had a pretty good price on it, but I went back and forth with myself too much, and it got out from under me.
Yeah.
But they're still making them, so.
Yeah. Well, you better go ahead and place your order, though. Well, let's get into some of the emails here.
Okay.
I've got one here from Bill, K4EOD, and he says, I really enjoy Amateur Logic, and I've learned a lot. I think I've seen all of them, but if you have covered this subject in the past, please let me know. And the latest episode, the microphone and mic mods you mentioned touches on something I've been researching. That is getting the most punch out of your single sideband signal for DXing. Things like an RF clipper, and he gave us a link for that. He says, I know that equalizers, mixers, speech processors, and audio enhancers, etc. And he says there's also free software like Voice Shaper and Audacity. And then there are the guys who are going in the opposite direction with the high fidelity stuff like these guys. And he gave us a link for that. And he said, whether you're interested in the extra DX punch or hi-fi single sideband, I just thought it would be an interesting and useful segment to leverage a broadcast engineer's knowledge on the different techniques and tools available for audio processing for Amateur Logic. You're doing a great job, and thanks for AmateurLogic.TV, 73. Well, perhaps we'll talk about audio processing some in the future. I know a little bit about it.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Yeah. You got an email there, Tom?
Man, I got plenty of emails. This was actually a follow-up to the last segment about the online SDR.
Yeah.
And this comes from Pete, MI3EPN. Anyway, he says, just in case you aren't aware, I know you use a Mac. The SDR radio software available on the website makes the radios a lot easier to listen to. It cuts the latency down to near zero. I did not know that. I knew they had some software, but I didn't realize it would make that big a difference. But unfortunately, it doesn't work on the Mac. Just PC at the moment. However, Simon is being asked by quite a few people to make the source available so it can be compiled for Linux. I guess no reason it couldn't be compiled for a Mac too. So, but yeah, I use a Mac, but I've got PCs too. I've got 2 Windows boxes and 2 Macs at the house. And so anyway, I'll have to try out that software and see what difference it makes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking with my good friend Albert here. We call him Sarge on the Cam Radio Net every night.
Hello, everyone. This is WV1Q, Sarge, a.k.a. Albert.
Yeah, we meet on 3770 megahertz most nights where we run our live webcams. You've seen it before on the show. We've talked a little bit about it. Charlie did a segment for us one year. I guess it was about this time last year. I saw Charlie earlier, and he's already skipped out for the day. Tell us what got you interested in ham radio?
Well, George, I tell you, man, I've been in law enforcement and everything for a while, and when I retired, I wanted something to do, and I missed talking on the radio, so I found amateur radio there.
That's a good deal. So what did you say has been your biggest challenge into getting your station set up and getting on the air?
Well, the biggest challenge is finding good used equipment. I mean, a lot of people want to go out and venture into the new stuff, but you know, when you're on a limited budget, you got to find the best pieces of gear at the right price, and that's in your budget.
What kind of rig do you run?
Well, I'm running an old Kenwood TS440 Sugar. It's barefoot. It's running about 110 watts peak, and I've talked all around the world on it, Joe.
Yeah, you know, I saw a couple of those down here. They wanted too much money for them, though.
Yeah, they still going for a good, reasonable price. I got mine pretty good. I've got the Howell microphone set up and that rig for about $300. So I kind of stole that one.
Yeah. What kind of antenna are you running now?
Well, I'm running the cage dipole. It's up about 45 feet, and it's about 162 feet long.
Yeah, our friend Pat up in New York State was running one of those. Is he the one who inspired you to get on that?
Well, actually, I had some stuff donated to the Aries group, and that was one of the items. And I said, let me try it, and I got it up in the air and liked it and left it up there. Over.
Oh, that's great. You know, Pat's collected a bunch of ice last year and snow, I think, and fell, so he doesn't have it up right now. But it's always interesting to know what folks are running, and you know, with the cam radio group there, you can see who you're talking to. And we met for the first time actually, this morning out front here, I think. We've known each other and been talking for way over a year, but and we probably bumped into each other last year and didn't know it.
Yeah, well, I think I did the exam last year, and I think you was you know, one of the administrators, and that's where we passed that and didn't get to see each other after that. So, yep.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by and talking with us, and it's great to have you in the hobby with us, and look forward to maybe catching you on air tonight.
Yeah, we'll do that. Definitely, you know, look forward to seeing you guys again, and keep up the good work, and love the segments there.
All right, thank you. I've got a message here from Gary, WR1U, and he says, I've just started a Facebook group for blind ham radio operators. Just search for Blind Amateur Radio. If you are or know blind ham, please tell them about the group. And yeah, Gary, we'd be happy to mention it. We've got several friends that are blind ham radio operators. Right. And good luck with the group.
I've got one here from K4KAK. It says, this is K4KAK. That's a tongue twister. K4KAK. Roger, love the shows. Picked up an MFJ 1214 interface at the Hamfest that has no software. Do you or any of the guys have a copy? Or, anyways, said he has a program for the MFJ 1275. Do you think it'll work? Keep up the good work. And I'm not familiar with the 1214 piece of hardware.
I think that's one of the older models. It's my understanding, though, that you can use just about any terminal program with the TNC. Yeah. So maybe even Windows Hyper Terminal would do it.
Yeah, I actually wrote my own terminal program back in the day when we were playing around with that stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, it was for DOS.
Yeah. So get you a terminal program and just try it and see if you have some luck there. If anyone out there, though, does have the software he's referring to, let us know, and maybe we can hook y'all up.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Well, I got an email here from Peter after the last episode when we mentioned all the flooding going on in Melbourne. Well, I wasn't exactly correct on there.
Oops.
Melbourne's in South Australia, and most of the flooding was in North. But I think they did have some flooding in the South, too. So Peter wrote back, I'd asked him what his situation was, and he said, oh, it wasn't too serious here. I just had 1 or 2 inches of water, which washed in from the outside. Normally it would drain away, but I had boxes and other items stacked on the floor, and they got a little waterlogged. Fortunately, my electrical cables to the radios, computers, and etc. were high and dry. Nothing of any great value was lost or damaged, but it did make quite a mess. So my personal situation isn't really comparable to those who have had their houses submerged. I hope this clarifies things. Cheers, Peter.
Cheers.
Yeah, Peter, that clarifies it a little bit.
I'll tell you, my imagination, when he said he wasn't going to make the shoot because his basement was flooded, I just kind of automatically pictured the other stuff, and he'd been kind of predisposed cleaning that stuff up, so
yeah,
it's kind of hard to follow back up with him. Well, we ran into another friend, Tom Brown here. Tom, how's it been going?
Everything's going well. We rolled out a new product today. The acceptance has been very nice. We're very pleased with the response we've had and just looking forward to good things.
What's the name of your company?
Omega-Tec.
And what do you do? I see you've got some pretty interesting looking handy-talkie antennas.
We do special needs, new technology antennas, research and development and manufacturing. For right now, primarily ham radio use. We may be doing broadcast antennas at some point in the fairly near future. First product is a small 2-meter antenna. It's about 7.5 inches long, but it's within a dB or two of what a 3 or 4 foot whip would get you on a handheld radio. Fringe area, it'll if your coverage is spotty on a repeater, it'll get you in pretty solid, maybe totally solid. If you don't have operation, at my house for instance, it'll get you into a lot of repeaters.
Oh, wow.
3 to 4 dB average gain over your OEM rubber antenna.
That's pretty impressive.
We're very pleased.
Are these for sale now?
They are. This model right now, our first unit is $49.99 Hamfest special. That's including tax.
And do you guys got a distributor? Or you buy online or anything?
We're in the process of signing up dealers and putting up distribution networks. Right now we're just selling directly to customers. Response has been very good, and we're just looking forward to good things to come.
Oh, yeah, I can see you probably have a lot of business coming in the future. Are they strictly just for 2 meters now, or you got any dual band models?
Right now, 2 meters. The next model will be 220 band. That'll be pretty soon. I'm going to say a matter of weeks. Next band will be 440. Hopefully by late spring or summer, we should have a 2-meter 440 dual band.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I look forward to that.
6 meters is in development. We're also working on a 20-meter antenna that's 4 feet tall, designed to be used by hams inside where they have property restrictions, that sort of thing. That's in an early prototype stage, but it's working very well, and we're optimistic to have that on the market soon.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you guys are doing a lot of cool stuff.
We're just having so much fun we can't stand it.
Well, it's good to see you out here.
Nice to see you again, Tommy. Thanks very much.
Well, let's get on into the Facebook comments then.
Okay.
I've got one here from Richard. He says, name some good electronics books where someone can brush up on their skills. It's been over 10 years since I've designed my own circuits, and I'm somewhat rusty. Well, Richard, I really like any of the books by Forrest Mims. You used to could buy them at Radio Shack. You could probably find some still on the internet. He just had tons of books with circuits in them, and I've used a lot of them over the years to design my own gear. Just take them and modify them a little bit, and a lot of resources there.
Cool. Well, I've got one from Donald. It says, just finished watching episode 29. Great job, guys. Hope to see both of you at the Jackson Hamfest this Saturday. And I don't think I've run into Donald.
I think maybe I did run into him. I've seen so many folks down here, and a lot I knew, some I didn't know, but that did know us. Mm-hmm. So it's been real interesting.
Yeah, I've had several people come up and say they've enjoyed the show. I'm not even sure who they are.
Yeah.
Hate to admit it, but so many people.
All right, we ran into Doug here, K5CID. He was standing at the back door here with the sheriff's badge on at the Hamfest. Doug, how do you think the Hamfest went this year?
Well, I really think it's going a lot better than it has in the past 2 years. The weather is a big thing, and the weather has been beautiful for us. And just look around, it looks like the crowds are here, and people have been selling stuff like mad. So it's going good.
A lot of stuff coming in and out the back door, huh?
Some of it's not even getting in the back door before it gets sold. So it's doing good.
Yeah, I noticed a guy unloading his truck and somebody trying to buy it from him right there.
Oh, actually, we had a guy come in this morning. He had a pickup truck load of stuff, and before he could unload one item, there was about 10 guys swarming around his truck. And when he got through, he had 2 items left on the truck and 1 on his buggy. And he said, well, at least I got a table to go ahead and sit down now and talk with my buddy. So it's going good.
Yeah.
It's going good.
Good talk with you, Doug. Thanks. Well, I've got another Facebook post here. This one is from Malcolm, M6MAL, one of our listeners in the UK. And he says, yeah, I watched episode 29, George, and it was very enjoyable, especially as us Brits got a mention also. He says it's also good to know us people on Facebook get a mention on the show. Keep up the good work, and I'm waiting for the next installment, 73.
Bill's been having a group of people from England talk on the repeater over Echolink, hasn't he?
Yeah, our friend Bill, N5YCK, is on just about every night on the 145.45 repeater here, which I run the Echolink node for. It's W5PPB-R, and it's a group getting there around 7 or 8 p.m.
Central time.
Yeah. Just about every night, and have a good round table on there.
Cool. Eddie's going to be in here a couple times. I got one from our buddy Eddie, N4EM EMP. Is there an AmateurLogic video of ICOM 746 Pro's known transmit failure issue I've missed? Seems I'm a victim of it here as of last night, LOL. Anyway, I made a comment here at QTH.com, and a slightly used ICOM 746 Pro is on its way back to AES in Milwaukee as of today. It costs more to send it back than it did to get it fixed. Hopefully it'll be back on the digital modes by February. I hate to see Eddie's rig went down on him.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of folks using that rig. I did not know there was a problem with it. Maybe it was a certain run of them or something.
Yeah. He said it was a known issue,
yeah.
But anyway.
We're talking with Mark here, N4YAV from CT Morgan and Associates. Mark, good to meet you.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Doing just fine. How's the Hamfest been this year?
Hamfest has been fantastic. The club has provided great support, good food, lots of folks here, so the club's done a good job at getting the hams into the area, into the show. We've been busy. We were very busy last night and even busier today.
Well, what kind of radios have you been selling this year?
Well, we've been selling a variety of stuff. We brought mobiles from all different brands, Yaesu, Kenwood, ICOM, and I think I've got 3 mobiles left of about the 12 or 15 that I've sold. I've sold a lot of all brands, Yaesu, sold a couple of Kenwoods, ICOM, so been very good sales.
Have you sold many HTs this year?
I've sold a few HTs, and it's been a mixed bag. I've sold a lot of the Kenwood, and well, I didn't sell any of the Kenwoods because I didn't have them in, but I sold ICOM, Yaesu. I sold out of a couple of models of the Yaesu that I brought with me, the FT250. I sold out of those, and I sold a couple of VX8s as well.
Well, I bought one of those new Ocean dual band HTs from you yesterday. How have those things been selling?
They've been selling very well. We've been pleased with the results. They've been well received throughout the amateur community, particularly since the ARRL did the article on them back in November.
How many Hamfests does CT Morgan exhibit at every year?
We're on the road about 30 to 40 weekends a year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an aggressive schedule, but we love what we do.
Well, we're really glad to have y'all here in Jackson, and
Thank you. We'll be back next year, absolutely.
That's great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, I've got a post here by David, AC0RV, and he says, welcome back. Episode 29 was great. I missed you. Hope Peter gets his flooding under control. Please forward on the 2-meter frequencies, and when I'm in the Jackson, Mississippi area, I'd like to give y'all a call. He says, oh, I live in Park Hills, Missouri. And I emailed him back the repeater we just mentioned a moment ago, 145.45 with a 77 hertz tone. That's just north of Jackson. And if any of us are monitoring repeaters, that would probably be the one you'd find us on.
Yeah.
We've run into another familiar face in amateur radio here, Mr. Martin Jew of MFJ Enterprises.
George, how are you today? This has been a really good Hamfest here.
Well, that's great. We're glad to see y'all back again. What does MFJ and its other companies have this year that's new or interesting?
Well, I'll tell you, I've got somebody here who's done a lot of product development and has overseen the production of a lot of these products. This is Stephen Pan. He's our vice president here. And I think you'll find a lot of stuff out by talking to him.
Hi, Stephen. Good to meet you.
Nice meeting you, George. Good to have you guys here. Well, of course, we have a lot of stuff happening in terms of new products. One of the most exciting products we have over the last year is actually this Ameritron ALS 1300. Is one of the solid-state amplifier that can produce about 1.5 kW of power.
Oh, legal limit then.
And legal limit amplifier and the solid-state, and selling very, very well. We can't even keep up with production for the product. So it's just been tremendous. Hopefully we can get the production up and caught up with the sales the next month or two. And one of the problems that we have is that not anticipating the amount of sales that we have and don't have enough parts sometimes to keep up with production. And another thing that was happening on the last year for MFJ is the acquisition of Coax. If you notice, have some of the antenna that we have displayed here. It's been a lot of work, but it's been a smooth transaction from moving the company from New Hampshire down to Mississippi. It took us about a year almost to complete the move and also to learn to build those products in Mississippi. We didn't really have the production people from Coax would come down to Mississippi, but we did retain one of the engineers that helped us with the, production of the products. So that's been occupy a lot of our time in terms of the products are not new, but the process of learning how to build a product is new to us. So that's been a lot of work for us as well. So let's see. Other than that, I know we have some new products that's on the work right now. I probably don't want to disclose them, but maybe at Dayton we will show something new, and hopefully we'll see you guys over there.
Well, so which companies are under the MFJ banner now?
Well, we have different one. We have Ameritron, who's been with MFJ since the 1990s. We have Mirage, we took them over in 1995, I think, and then High Gang in 2000, and then we have Coax just recently. We also talked about Victronics some time ago as well. So those are the companies that's under the MFJ umbrella. It's a necessary thing to have so many products to survive in ham radio. Our market has shrunk over the years, and it's tough to survive without a lot of products.
I understand that. I was talking with Mr. Jew earlier. He said that 2010 was actually a good year despite the economy.
Yes, we done well despite the economy, things are looking up also this year. We have a very good start. This has been a good show for us, our first Hamfest of the season, and it's been great. And we're looking forward to go down to Orlando and have a good year.
Thanks for talking with us, Stephen.
Very good. Thank you a lot.
I've got one from our friend Bill Friend. Anyway, he said, great episode. Thanks. I have one of the kits for a pan adapter. Haven't figured out how to hook it up to my FT847 yet. They shipped the right crystal for the radio's IF, but I just don't know how to do it in my rig. I'm looking on the web, but there's nothing so far. and that's your area of expertise.
And I wasn't even paying attention there.
He's trying to hook into the IF for his FD847.
Yeah, I did a little quick search on the internet myself, and I didn't find anything in particular on tapping the IF in that rig. I did find something semi-related, but I didn't have time to read it to be sure that it was the point he needed to tap, so I did not send that on. But I just suggest do a little more searching on Google or Microsoft Bing with the rig model number and IF output. Try some different search phrases, and you might come up with something. It took me a while to find the mod for the TS2000, but I eventually found it.
Well, we ran into Mike here from Clear Signal Product, the Coax man.
Coax, and I'm the Coax man, and also sell wireman products. We're out of Oklahoma City, and we cover 5 states in our area, 5 surrounding states.
Yeah, that should keep you busy. About how many Hamfests a year do you guys hit?
Well, when I was a little younger, I was making about 26, 27 a year, but we're down now. With the gray hair, I'm down now to about 14, 15 a year, maybe 16. All depends on the weather.
I hear you. Has this been a pretty good one for you? It looks like you guys have been pretty busy.
It's been a decent Hamfest for us. We always have a lot of customers here in Jackson, and we appreciate their continued support. And Wireman has a great product, one of the best products we feel in the nation. And we sell all American-made coax, and it's very much sought after in our customer base.
Oh, that's great. What's probably your biggest seller?
Our biggest seller probably is Wireman product 106, 106, which is a double shielded super low loss, and product number 118, which is the little brother of that. It's a Mini 8, a double shielded Mini 8, super low loss. It's a lot less lossier than the regular single shielded Mini 8. So those are probably our two highest selling products.
Oh, that's great. You feel like selling some more of that double shielded Mini 8?
Yeah, we bought a couple of 1,000 feet with us, and we have some to sell this time. Yeah.
All righty. Well, I think I'm gonna get 100 feet of it while I'm over here. Now that I can get up to the front. I've been by here 3 times to buy some, and it's been busy.
Well, that's not a bad problem for us. That's a good problem.
Right. Anyway, enjoy talking to you.
Enjoy talking to you, sir.
That's the end of the Facebook comments that we were going to cover, but I have a couple from Twitter. We're also on there, although we kind of usually neglect to read any of those. But got one from a friend, Tactical Custom. He said he just got to episode 26. I've got to say the show's gotten much better since episode 1, and I would have to agree with that. Thanks for the shows. Look forward to more. So anyway, and we got one from my buddy W5RAW. Said he watched episode 29, Amateur Logic today. Thanks Tommy, George, and Peter for the new one. Have fun at the Hamfest. And we definitely had fun at the Hamfest.
Yeah, and looking around here, there's still a fair crowd coming through here. I need to make one more round and see if there's anything else I need.
Yeah, I got to hang around for him to call my number for the HF rig. At the
are
end.
you? Is that what you're waiting on?
Yeah. Since I didn't get my 2000, I just
I think you missed the HF rig with your name on it yesterday.
Yeah, that one had a price tag on it, though. So, yeah, I missed out on that.
Yeah.
They're still making them, though. And anyway, I walked around and I've got some video. We saw some of our usual friends here, although we didn't do the interviews this time. The MFJ people are here.
Yeah.
And got several new vendors, a lot of old gear, pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. I saw a lot of things I would like to have, particularly some of the bigger HF amps. I saw one of the large Henrys that sits up about yay high and has the power supply down in the separate cabinet below it. I would have really liked to have that, but the guy had just bought it himself, so he wasn't ready to.
You'd have to leave that outside your shack.
Yeah.
Fit that in there.
Yeah, a lot of boat anchors this year, and the prices weren't too bad on some of those. It's some fairly reasonable prices. Don't think I saw as many amplifiers or as many HF rigs as I did last year.
Yeah, the same here.
A lot of microphones.
Yeah.
Some antennas. Good bit of used Coax this year. Wasn't so much last year. I think somebody got to it before I did.
Yeah, it's nice to see a few more new equipment people here. We've got a few extra people this year with new gear also.
Yeah, that's true. And, well, I bought a piece of new gear, and I guess you're going to classify your antenna adapter as new gear.
Yeah, I would show it, but I left it on the seat of my truck when I went to get my camera. So. But anyway.
Well, we've had a great time down here. Our cameraman Wayne is with us. Wayne? We tried to get him to host it with us, but we just can't seem to get him on the right side of the camera for that.
We'll just have to catch him on the way out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode, and we look forward to seeing you back again in number 31.
Yep, we'll see you next time.
See you.